All right, we are here. First stuck in the man cave again. I'm Trevor Maxwell. I am a stage 4 colon cancer patient, survivor, thriver, warrior. Insert your language, because I like whatever you call me. I'm here with Alex Pabon, one of my guys from down in North Carolina. Hey, Alex.
Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Hey, doing well here, just living, resting up, having a good day.
Awesome. And
Yeah.
so, Alex, let me introduce Alex, but let me back up for a second. Stuck in the Man Cave is 10-minute talks on cancer, COVID, and isolation. Um, Alex Pabon, he is a private personal chef in the great state of North Carolina. He is active duty Army stationed at Fort Bragg. He is a husband. He is a father of 4 children between the ages of 13 and almost 3. He is in treatment for colorectal cancer. He's only 35, but he was just diagnosed with metastatic colorectal cancer. And so he is facing the same crap that I've been facing. Alex is also creator of the Azul Chef, which is a new brand that combines his passion for food with his new mission, which is to spread awareness around colorectal cancer and screening. Um, man, so Alex, thank you for being here. Life was kind of flying along for you. You got so much going on between your family, your Army service, being a chef. Like, I mean, I can't even imagine the balls in the air for you. And then boom, this was pretty recently, boom, cancer
Yeah.
knocks on your door, right?
Yes. Yeah. February
Oh,
just kind of
we had a glitch there. Go back and start that again. So you said, go ahead.
February 5th was when I had my colonoscopy,
Of this
and that
year.
of this year,
Yeah.
and that's when my life just completely changed. You know how
Yeah.
everybody knows how that goes. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and so, I mean, to be going at full speed in your life with everything you had going on, I mean, just talk a little bit about what it was like for you emotionally to get that diagnosis.
Yeah, so the first couple of weeks was terrible for me, honestly.
Yeah.
It was very hard. It was very emotional. I didn't know what to do, what to say, where to go, who to talk to, or even how to sleep. You know, it's just something that stays on your mind.
Yeah.
And initially, uh, I was a hermit. You know,
Yep.
I was a hermit for full 2 weeks. But you know how you've seen how strong I keep my faith, and you know
Oh,
I turn to the good book, man, and life hasn't been any better. So I'm definitely happy now.
yeah. I mean, so whether you like it or not, when you're like us and you get that diagnosis, there is an element of isolation when that diagnosis hits. And especially for you as being this hard driving guy and surrounded by the Army and then professional chef at the top of your game, like all of a sudden you have this disease that puts you in a category that is different than others.
Right,
And you know, it's not like you can look around at your Army unit and see a bunch of guys in their 30s and 40s raising their hands saying, yeah, I have metastatic cancer too, right? So was
right.
that isolating for you as well?
Yeah, it was. It was definitely difficult. But one thing that I was kind of impressed with and also saddened by was the fact that how many people were asking me what were my symptoms like, because they had no idea. And some of these folks were having similar symptoms
Yeah.
regardless. I mean, there's a million things that can be going on in your gut, right? But, you know, whether you have cancer or not, but because we're men and we're limited to the education really of this type of disease, is people are kind of curious. So people
Yeah.
are asking me, you know, constantly, hey, what's going on? What's going on? And I'll let them
Great.
know. It was
Yeah.
tough at first, you know, definitely tough at first. But now it's like, hey, you know, I got this. I want to spread awareness, and I want to be able to share what I can with whomever to be able to help possibly save a life.
And I'm not surprised at all to hear that people are reaching out to you. I mean, so you're part of our Facebook group online, the Howling Place for guys facing cancer. And you are, I mean, you just have this, I consider you to be this bright light in the darkness. Someone who is just brings tremendous energy and a spirit and is willing to put yourself out there. So the fact that people are coming to you and saying, hey man, what are the symptoms? And is this normal? Is that normal? That doesn't surprise me at all. And I think it's
Yeah,
fantastic that you've been able to have guys that maybe they don't reach out to somebody else, but it's like, oh, it's Alex. We can talk to him, right?
right. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
No, it's been great.
so what's it been like for you to be in treatment during this COVID pandemic? Sort of how has COVID changed, sort of your way of life on a daily basis?
Yeah, so definitely staying indoors as much as I can, staying sanitized, taking proper precautions. But COVID hasn't really affected my treatment at all.
Good.
The hospital that I go to has been great. They allow one person to come with me, which is my amazing wife, who supports and has been there since day one, holding my hand through everything. Desiree has been amazing. So she gets to come to every treatment. But as far as treatment itself, I have my days, I have my good days. There's a majority of good days, which is pretty good. But then I have other days and moments where I'm just like, oh man, yeah, that's chemo right there,
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
I mean, there's nothing we can do about it except rest, try to take care of ourselves.
Talk to us about the Azul Chef. What is it? And this is something, yeah, tell us what it is and what your vision for it is.
Yeah, so the Azul Chef initially started with just eating healthier, less processed foods. And I'll say this up front, I'm not perfect. I may eat a burger. I just had a Whopper, just now. But progressing to eating more healthier options is what the Azul Chef is about. Having
Yep.
real food and real nutrients that feed your body to stay healthy while you're on chemo, or just to stay healthy, period. And my vision is to pour my passion into my food, at the same time giving inspirational devotionals from the Bible.
Yeah. So combining faith, awareness, and food, um, and family. It's
Yes.
it's basically just a reflection of you. And is it all social media now, or is it a website, or how can people get engaged in what you're doing?
Yeah, so it's all social media. It's all social media. So Facebook on the Azul Chef, or Instagram on the Azul Chef is where I post everything. And again, actually, so recently, a lot of people are like, "Hey, you should do a book." And I said, "Well, you know what? I have plenty of pictures. Let me go ahead and backtrack
Yep.
and do these, you know, directions and these ingredients. Then write everything down so I can go ahead and make an ebook. So an ebook is actually coming out here pretty soon for that as well."
Awesome. And just so I follow, the Azul Chef on social media, and Alex
Uh,
just posts these amazing meals on there. I mean, the photos that he posts of these meals are just ridiculous. And I love that he says, like, yeah, I have a burger, I have a pizza, and then I have this really healthy thing. So balancing it out, because it's not about shaming or guilt, like it's about striving for that better
right,
balance. And I mean, and so it's really cool. And he's actually inspired me for my new breakfast routine is overnight oats with
oh
fruit
man, awesome.
and yogurt and all that kind of stuff. So some of the things can just be basic, because I just wasn't having a good breakfast, and he's like, "Hey, try this," and I'm like, "Great." Um, so give us you want to talk a little bit about this foundation that you're working on?
Yeah, so with the Azul Chef, also kind of inspired of the Azul Foundation, which is a nonprofit to help support newly diagnosed patients, depressed patients, and also cancer patients who may be in financial need of some support, to help pay some of their bills off, whether they need help paying rent, whether they need help paying some kind of medical bills. We can be there to help support them throughout their troubles and take some stress away from them. And I mean, one big vision that actually just hit me a little while ago, I would love to have an Azul house, to where we can kind of have
Yeah.
these patients get away for 1 or 2 or 3 days, get some massages, just get pampered, get fed, and just kind of relax and get
Oh
away from
man,
the. Yeah, so
that's that's
that's
that's a beautiful vision, man.
yeah, it's going to be on a much bigger scale, but that vision just kind of came to me today. So I'm just writing that down on my vision board and making sure that that's going to happen, man.
Hey man, I love to be talking to you on the day that hits, because I'm going to be a champion of everything you do, and
Yeah.
and a champion of the Azul Foundation, and everything that you have going on, because you are, like I said, you're a light, man. So to keep under our 10 minutes, I do have to put you in the Stuck in the Man Cave hot seat. I know that you're dreading it, but
All right.
it is time, Alex. It is time. Okay, so the hot seat is questions, just random fun questions. Maybe talking about cancer or COVID, but probably not. Number one, would you rather that every shirt you ever wear be itchy or only be able to use one piece of toilet paper when you go to the bathroom?
Oh man, itchy shirts all day. Itchy shirts all
See,
day.
jumping right in, and you have no problem answering the first one. I'm with you. Number two, if you had to wear one Halloween costume every day for the rest of your life, what would you be?
Ooh, one Halloween costume for the rest of my
I'm
That's
thinking
funny.
you might be an Avenger of some sort. I don't know, or maybe it's a
Oh man,
childhood costume that you loved.
nah. I'd be Spider-Man. Yeah.
Deal. All right. If you found $10,000 on the street today and nobody claimed it, what would you do with it?
I sold it back into ministry. Yeah.
Not surprised. I'd
Yeah.
probably do something far less good and impactful. If you could be a professional at any sport, what sport would it be?
Boxing. I love martial arts, boxing, things like that. Yeah. So I grew up kind of boxing, so boxing it would be.
I wouldn't mess with you, man. You're good. I'm gonna pass on that one. How many senior citizens, let's say they were angry and like really fired up, not zombies, but just senior citizens are trying to attack Alex. How many of them could you fend off before they overwhelmed you in numbers?
Oh man, this is a senior citizen apocalypse right here.
Yes, it's the senior apocalypse. And I know you
Oh
would
man,
never hurt anyone, but
I know.
I'm just wondering.
No, I couldn't do it.
I
I
accept
couldn't
that
do it.
answer from Alex.
Yeah, no.
All right. All right. He couldn't do it. He couldn't hurt the seniors. Lastly, this is this might be a tough one for you. Which celebrity chef would you most like to fix you a meal?
Ooh, Bobby Flay. He's my favorite. Hey, I love Bobby Flay, man. I've watched him for years,
I
and the
love it.
things that he can do is just amazing. He can be very intricate and elegant, and then he can just take you to his backyard and grill you something up. So I would actually love to go, have a backyard cook-off with him, or
Yeah, you
just
need a
have.
hookup on this. Someone in your Azul Chef world is going to reach out to you and get you the Bobby Flay hookup, because I would love to see that. We watch Beat Bobby Flay all the time in our household. It's one
Yeah,
of our favorite shows. Um,
yeah,
Alex
he's amazing.
Pabon, thank you so much. You have made it through the gauntlet. You have successfully navigated the hot seat, and you are just doing amazing work and, while fighting your own disease. It's really incredible and inspiring. So thank you for coming on the show. Appreciate it.
Hey, thank you, Trevor. I appreciate it. It's an honor.
All right, brother.
All right,
Take care.
you too.